Welcome back to the Roundabout podcast, where we'll be talking about Stone Ocean. As always, I'm your host, Evan.
I'm Josue.
I'm Jose.
So, part 6, the end of the original universe, and by far the least favorite part of a lot of people, including myself.
I feel like it's kind of forgetful, even though it's super important.
I mean, it's super important, but a lot of characters are forgettable, and especially the stands.
Mm-hmm.
So, the story is super simple. We follow Jolene Cujo, the daughter of Jotaro Kujo. She gets framed for murder, and she has to stop a man by the name of Poochie, a.k.a. Dio's best friend.
Ah, yes, the vampire and the priest.
And
How does that work?
they had talks.
Yeah.
They were good friends.
Dio said Poochie was a good man, so Poochie took it to heart, and he was like, "Yeah, I like this guy."
But him being a priest, shouldn't
Well,
the power of God be against him?
Poochie said that he loves Dio as much as he loves God. So I think that
Yeah.
kind of gets some innuendos in there. I don't know.
I don't know about innuendos, but it definitely shows him where he stands.
I don't know. The way Poochie talks about Dio, you kind of expect, just kind of shows he really likes him. But Poochie's main goal, it's simple. Get rid of Jotaro, and then get Made in Heaven. One of the most powerful stands you could get.
I would say, wasn't the original plan to resurrect Dio?
Yeah, it was the Resurrect Dio, but that kind of went south.
He failed, I should say.
You know, so kind of a backup Made in Heaven. If Dio can't get Made in Heaven, I'll get Made in Heaven.
That's actually a really good point.
Very greedy.
It's greedy, but hey, when you're best friends with Dio, kind of expect that kind of thing.
Ugh.
And along the way, Jolene meets characters like Hermes, who is... I can't really describe her personality, really, because she's just angry. That's really her character.
I was going to use a bad word for that, but I'd rather not.
Well, she's got... but she has, like, a real cool stand, Kiss,
Mm-hmm. It could duplicate stuff once it puts stickers on it.
Oh yeah.
and puts it together, and it hurts a lot, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Foo Fighters.
Ah, Plankton.
We're not even kidding. She is literally a combination of Plankton with a stand. She is the stand.
Yeah, I thought Foo Fighters was really weird just because...
It's a weird stand.
Yeah, it's straight up Plankton.
In a human body, just doing its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
she
based
is...
on the concept art that I have in front of me right now, kind of I wouldn't say it looks like plankton, but more like I don't know how to describe this, but
looks kind of like a Venom thing.
Yeah.
Like she's got like black ooze.
I
Kind
was to say, it looks like a stand.
It looks like a stand. It is a stand.
Once
It
it
is.
takes the one form of the human, then yeah.
And then we got Anasui, who really, really wants to marry Jolene,
Yup.
and who was originally supposed to be a girl, by the way.
Yeah, that's really weird. How they're like, yeah, we're gonna have Jolene have a girlfriend, not a boyfriend, and then they're like, no,
Backpedal.
not yet.
No, the sales are down. We got to make him a man,
Yeah.
we have to.
and he has the stand diver down, which, well, guess what it does? It dives down into you and punches your kidneys.
Such a
Ouch.
surprise.
I mean, it's a cool stand. It's just he's not really an interesting character.
It's just very literal.
Like his whole thing is Jolene. I want to marry Jolene. Even during the end, he's still going like, I will marry Jolene.
Yeah, isn't he asking Jotaro for permission?
Yeah,
at
he's
the end of
asking.
it?
He's asking.
Wow.
Even at the final fight. Wow. Honestly, get your priorities. And then we got the mysterious weather report. He has amnesia, and his stand is also named Weather Report. And we find out that he's the long lost brother of Poochie.
Whoa.
I mean, and plus also his stand weather report. It has the power to control weather, but it's biblical. Like he can literally make it rain frogs.
Yeah, can we talk about the snails?
And the
Oh.
yeah. So when Weather Report gets his memory back, he becomes Heavy Weather, and really the main ability of Heavy Weather is it's a rainbow, and if anyone sees the rainbow, they think they're snails,
Yeah.
and they start crawling and acting like snails. it's weird, even by JoJo standards. That's
Yeah.
weird.
I was gonna say part 6 is kind of forgettable, but like there's certain parts that you just can't forget, like that.
The snail part, like what? I mean, how do you even describe it? You kind of have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
And finally, we got
Oh, wait.
truly
wait.
the best
Hold
character.
on, before you go on. Air and wind manipulation. Its most basic weather report can make gusts of wind to affect objects from afar.
And make it rain frogs.
Yes.
Look, weather report is probably, especially when it becomes heavy weather, it's really, I don't want to say overpowered, but really, really strong.
Yeah.
Especially with the rainbow.
Well, weather report's most likely is close combat, isn't he?
Not really, no.
No?
He's pretty long range. And,
Yeah, considering he changes weather, he has to be long range.
and he can make it rain poisonous frogs that if you touch the frog, your skin burns up. That's pretty effective. And finally, we have the real hero of Part 6, Emporio, with his stand burning down the house. And despite the name, it's just a room. It's like just a room. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a good room. It's got...
It's a very nice room.
It's got a piano, a bunch of
Yes.
paintings.
Has a red carpet.
That's a red carpet. It's nice.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Weather Report and Anasui were hanging out in the piano. Like, in the piano, first
Well, I
time we
mean,
met them.
Where else would you hang out?
The
you
thing
gotta
has
be-
chairs.
Dude, you had to play Mozart.
And he's a kid living in the prison. Like, his mom was a prisoner there. She gave birth to him, and he's just kind of been living in the walls and trash cans forever.
It's a good life.
He-
He's got a nice room, so it's fine.
And he managed to get a Cubs outfit, too. He's
Nice.
he's an adorable little kid. And plus he really likes Jolene. Sees Jolene as sort of a mother figure, which I like.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
that
say, it's
dynamic.
not the kind of like that Anasui has.
Yeah. So Jotaro tries to pick up Jolene. It goes real south, and Poochie manages to, with his stand Whitesnake, take Jotaro's memories, so he can resurrect Dio, and also withstand this, which puts him in a coma. So Jotaro's out for pretty much a good majority of Part 6. He is in a coma, and now it's up to Jolene and everybody to stop Poochie from getting made in heaven. So Poochie sends in a bunch of prisoners. So Poochie just gets a bunch of prisoners in the prison to pretty much attack him. It doesn't go well, so Poochie's like, okay, time for plan B. I'll get Dio's kids to help me out. Minus Giorno, because
He's in Italy.
he's in Italy hanging out with
Yeah.
Mista.
He's still a
And
gangster.
if Giorno was there, everybody would lose immediately. So we got Donatello with his stand Underworld. He's selfish. He's pretty much selfish.
Gee, I wonder who that reminds me of.
Well, Dio. Like, Dio's kids are like, if Giorno is the personification of Jonathan, they're the personification of Dio, like each of his things. And then we got Raiki, I don't know how to pronounce it, I think it's Italian.
Raquel.
Raquel, with his stand Sky High, which
yeah.
it kind of looks like a web shooter, like Spider-Man's web shooters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very interesting. And for some reason, he wears a cow outfit.
Oh yeah.
Gotta look the part.
You gotta look the part. And he's
Why does
probably,
he though?
I don't know.
He was probably working
Fashion?
for like Chick-fil-A, and they were like, you know what, we need you now.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best out of all of them because he's probably the closest to Jonathan. Like, he's pretty honor bound and everything. He's determined, and I like that. And like, when he sets Jolene when Jolene gets set on fire, he actually sets himself on fire too to see how it feels, which
Oh.
is a little character dynamic I like, but it doesn't really go anywhere. And then we got your favorite of all of them, Ungolo.
Angelo.
With
Ungolo.
Ungolo with Bohemian Rhapsody.
God, it's such a good stand name, but it's such a stupid regular name.
Yeah. And Ungolo is basically, he's on drugs. Like, he spends the whole fight on a plane while Bohemian Rhapsody, his stand, does all the work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
Bohemian Rhapsody just brings fictional characters to life, and those fictional characters come and kill you.
Yup, that's how Mickey Mouse came to life.
Oh, well, if I couldn't
But
see
but the thing is that these fictional characters won't harm you unless you have unless you actually know the characters somewhat. So, like, Weather Report just ate one of Snow White's apples, he was fine. And Anasui was like, he was like, dude, you just ate one of the poison apples. What are you doing? I don't know, Snow White.
Wait, here's a question. Does the stand know does the stand know that you know what they are?
It doesn't really know. It just kind of happens. Like
It's
it's a matter of luck.
I would say it's kind of like the JoJo logic, where it's like, oh, the stand kind of knows it.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody is, in my opinion, it's like super, like overrated. It's overrated for me.
How dare you?
It's overrated, like because what's such a big flaw like that, like you could beat it. You could just beat it.
No, yeah, for sure.
And plus the fact that the stand user was defeated not by the guys, but he just gave up. He just sat in his chair and just died.
Oh,
He sat in his chair and died.
Yeah, what a way to go. Our
That's the only way to
Dio's
go.
kid, everybody.
Yeah, he did a good job.
See, this is why Giorno is Dio's favorite kid.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. Because at least Giorno did something with his life.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did.
And after that, Pucci is probably the most successful villain in all of JoJo because he actually gets Made in Heaven. So Made in Heaven. These guys think it's super complicated, but it's really simple to understand.
It makes everything fast.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
The stand moves so fast that it resets the universe.
In infinity speed.
It's got infinity speed. My God, it moves so fast.
Yeah, it's so
Oh,
fast
yeah.
it can make Jotaro's time stop even
Yeah.
shorter time.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
horse-like thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird looking stand, but
I like the
it's super
design.
cool. It's super cool though.
Yes.
Like- And Pucci manages to do something that Dio could not: kill Jotaro and everybody else. Everybody we've met: Jolene, Jotaro, Hermes, Annesley. Everybody dies.
But
except
there's more.
except
Oh.
for one boy, one strong boy,
And who's the lucky boy?
Emporio.
Emporio.
And thank God Jolene saved him, strung him up to a dolphin, and then just Jotaro's proud, and then just swam away. And Emporio actually does end up killing Pucci thanks to getting weather report from one of the stand discs. And he, despite being like super short, it's super cool with Emporio's fight with Pucci, because they're trapped in burning down the house, and Pucci, like since Pucci makes everything like super fast, Emporio decides to do something super cool that would probably kill him. He releases pure oxygen into the room, and pure oxygen is poison, so that would kill both of them. So before that happens, Emporio just punches Pucci's skull, and that's it.
Just
Like-
dies.
Pucci
head
died.
No head splats.
Pucci dies. Like,
It was a pretty simple ending, and thus the universe is reset.
but
And
with a
everyone's
few
brought back to life,
changes.
right?
Yeah.
No one's
So-
brought back to life.
So, Emporio finds himself outside a Green Dolphin prison, and he meets some old friends.
Mm-hmm.
Very granted, they're not the same. They're very different. Like Jolene, we find out that this version of Jolene, she's got longer hair and everything, and she's actually gonna be married to Anasui, which is kind of sad for Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like her name is Irene. I don't really get the name change there.
It's a reset of the universe.
It's a reset,
What
but
would happen?
it's weird. But and Anasui's named Anukis. Kind of a weird name for him too.
Just a bit.
That's a
Yeah.
super weird name. And apparently Jolene's got a good relationship with her dad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh. And
Which
did she not have a good relationship before?
No.
Like, I'm more curious of that now. Now that I just starting to find out.
That was
about
kind of like
this.
the main point of part 6. It's like, I hate my dad, but I gotta save him.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And we end part 6 with everybody, well, except Foo Fighters, because
Aw.
she doesn't really exist in that universe as far as we can tell. Everybody going in Anasui's car, and Emporio ends it all by saying, "My name is Emporio," which is super sad. It's a bittersweet ending. Ending.
Yeah.
Part 6, the end of the original universe, and no, part 6 has nothing to do with part 7.
Nope. Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with part 8.
Wow. So they're just completely
It's-
different.
yeah. it's done.
completely done. The original universe will probably never be seen again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And-
That kind of sucks now.
And it's a bittersweet ending, but I'm glad it ended on a happy note at least. Like everybody gets to live a happy ending. I'm
Yeah.
like that.
Except for the people that died in the old universe.
Which is
Hey,
unfortunate.
their new universe counterparts got to live happy lives. So hey,
Yeah.
But wouldn't that change the entire thing? Like, if you think about it for a moment, the universe changes, and now parts 1 through 5 now change too because of that, right?
no.
No?
No,
They
just
didn't go
like
that
part,
deep
just
into
like
it.
part 6. Just
Oh.
like the events of part 6 changed, nothing else changed. Thank God, or else timelines would be super confusing.
Yep.
But what are your final thoughts on Stone Ocean?
It's a forgettable part that's super weird at times, but I like it. I do like it.
I was more interested in Made in Heaven than anything. I mean, the concept of the universe itself, like, you would think it's a lot more powerful than the world.
I mean, it is, but not as
But-
powerful as Gold Experience Requiem. So, Stone Ocean for me is forgettable, but it's saved. It's sort of saved by the ending, because I do love the ending, the Made in Heaven arc, and the final arc with Emporio meeting the alternate universe counterparts of his friends. Like, that is honestly one of my favorite parts of JoJo, and I am glad that it just kind of ended there, because I wouldn't know where the universe would go after that. So I am glad with something like Part 7, it got set in like a new universe,
Mm-hmm.
which I enjoy. Next time on the Roundabout podcast, we'll be talking about Steel Ball Run and the beginning of a new universe with our main JoJo, Johnny Joestar, the Crippled.
Oh, I
Yep.
never
Yeah.
thought I'd hear Johnny Joestar again.
Yeah, we're going to be having so many jokes about Johnny Joestar
Yep.
and how much of a failure he is.
So much of a failure, he can't stand it.
But
Kick him while he's down.
Yep.
you must.
Until next time, I'm your host, Evan,
I'm Josue.
I'm Jose.
and we'll see you next time on the Roundabout podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.